Wednesday, March 28th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you. We're seeing temperatures quickly rebounding today after that little shot of cool air that was with us for a couple of nights and a cooler type of day for our Tuesday. But today we're seeing our highs surge right back up toward the upper side of the 70s in most spots across the region. And we do have a little cold front moving our way. A couple storms with that, then another system over the weekend, and maybe some cooler air later next week. I'll talk about all that here as today's edition of the video unfolds. There's a look at the radar this morning, and notice the precipitation up there over the northeastern parts of the country. Some of that is in the form of snow, and that's with an area of low pressure. You can see that pretty clearly on the water vapor imagery. You have an area of low pressure moving into the northeast. Cold front trailing down from that as that front approaches this evening, especially up around the Virginia border areas of North Carolina. There could be some isolated thunderstorms. Still a frost advisory in effect for eastern sections of North Carolina this morning. Some temperatures in the 30s over that way. Most of us in the 40s this morning, and then it gets much warmer when you get back west of the mountains through Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, and back into the plains, even up into the Great Lakes region. Chicago, as I'm cutting this video, sitting at 61 degrees. Now, there's the upper air chart today, zonal flow right now across the southern U.S., but that'll be changing. Here's what happens on the European by Saturday. And I will say the European is much more consolidated and intense with this weekend system than a lot of the other modeling. And I'll show you what difference that makes in just a moment. And then check this out later on next week. This is Wednesday morning of next week, the 4th of April. And the European really carving out a pretty significant east coast trough. And that would be some pretty cool air around as we approach the Easter weekend later on next week. We'll see how that unfolds. And notice that trough wants to stick around all the way out. This is Good Friday there, the 6th of April. Still a lot of troughing near the eastern U.S. Okay, here's the GFS, the precip this afternoon and early this evening. You see those chances of showers and thunderstorms with that front mainly off to our north. But look at one of the high-resolution models here. This is the SPC WRF, and you see that little broken band of a couple showers and thunderstorms dropping down into the region. I would say I-40 and points north, there'll be the chance of a couple of isolated thunderstorms this evening. The chances really dwindle when you get south of there. And there's the day one convective outlook, that slight risk down into the mountains near the Tennessee border, and then certainly up into the Virginias and back into Tennessee and Kentucky. All right, let's look at tomorrow. It's going to be a really nice day. Northwest winds and highs upper 70s, even some low 80s tomorrow afternoon. That's a downsloping flow. Friday, GFS wants to pop a couple of isolated showers and thunderstorms. I have left that out of the forecast for the time being. And then here's what the GFS looks like on Saturday afternoon. Compare that at the same time to the European. It's a much wetter scenario on the European. And again, like I mentioned, it's that upper level energy that's far more bundled and intense on the European, and that's why it generates a lot more in the way of shower and thunderstorm chances Saturday. So we'll see which model winds up being correct. I do think Saturday features the chance of some showers and storms, though. Sunday, again, big difference here between the GFS. That's what the GFS looks like Sunday, and that's what the European looks like. It kind of lingers some of that upper level energy overhead. The European does, and for the time being, I've left Sunday dry, but if the European's correct, we'll have to throw in those shower and thunderstorm chances. And then we get to next week, and the model differences continue. That's what the GFS looks like on Monday. Let's go on out to Wednesday morning on the GFS. Okay, same time frame of the European. There you go, much cooler scenario. And the Canadian kind of lines up more with the European as you get toward next week. So we'll see. And again, we'll watch that potential for a shot of some cooler air mid to late next week as we get closer to Easter. All right, that is it for today's edition of the video. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and God bless.